Hey everybody, I'm Nikki from Cooking with Dakotas, and we are bringing you another episode on what is in a dietitian's kitchen. Today we are showing you what is in a dietitian's pantry. Let's get started. All right, so this is the cleanest it's ever been. No, just kidding. So we have lots on here to go through today. I'm gonna highlight some specifics. Way up top, where I can't reach, we have baking products. So flour, sugar, extra seasonings, sprinkles, stuff like that.
Needless to say, we don't bake a lot since she can't reach that high.
Next shelf, we have a lot of grains and legumes. We have lots of dried beans, black beans, pinto beans, some lentils, things like that. Once we use up all of our store in the freezer, then we will make some more. We also have some different rices in here, some different pastas. This is one that is a great source of protein, so this is one to keep on hand at times in case you don't have a lot of protein in your dish. And also some spaghetti that has a little extra protein. Finally on that shelf, quinoa, a wonderful whole grain that you can use in place of rice or other grains that gives you a good source of fiber and protein as well. Moving down, we have kind of mixture of things. We have some snacks here. Like to always keep some kind of nuts on hand. So we have roasted, lightly salted almonds. Sometimes we keep peanuts, cashews, just depends on the week. Peanut butter, front and center. We don't mess around, we go with the big guy. We always keep an extra peanut butter on hand in case we start to run out. We use peanut butter for many different things, but sometimes we can make it ourselves. If you check one of our videos, you can see how to make it, but sometimes it's just more convenient and cost effective to do this way. And we get the natural peanut butter that doesn't have any hydrogenated vegetable oils. We have some bread products, so we always keep English muffins and some bread and some tortillas on hand just for good meals, and gives you a good amount of fiber from it. I also like to keep some tuna packets on hand for quick, convenient lunches. The next half shelf down, we have a lot of jarred and canned goods. I think it's important to keep some convenient items handy for meals. First of all, we always have some tomato products. So you'll see we have whole tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes. We can make our own pasta sauce with those cans. We can add the diced tomatoes to different dishes. I also keep a jar of ready-made sauce too, for those nights where I don't feel like cooking. And this one is a no sugar added version. I always keep a backup of pesto in our pantry in case we run out. Roasted red bell peppers is another item that I really like to keep handy, whether it is for hummus. You can check our hummus video. You can see I use that in that video. Or just to slice it up and add it to different dishes. It has a lot of good flavor, and you don't have to spend the time roasting the peppers. Finally, I do keep different broths. This is beef broth. We have some chicken broth in there. We do use a Better Than Bouillon paste that you can add to flavor different foods, but sometimes this is a good option as well. Finally, this last shelf, we have some random stuff as well. First of all, as you can see, El Milagro chips. These are chips that we have grown to love when we lived in Chicago. Can't find them here in Arizona, so whenever we have relatives coming to and from, or we're going to and from, we always pick up multiples of these. We keep protein powder on hand. This is a Premier Vanilla. I also have an unflavored option because I don't care for as much sweetness. This one's a little sweeter, too sweet for my taste, but we like to keep those on hand for some of our shakes. In the corner, we have our onions as well as our potatoes. I have a multiple, regular potato, sweet potato, depending on what I'm making. I like to keep some of my go-to flavorings. So I have, balsamic vinegar, wonderful addition to many different dishes and marinades. Rice wine vinegar, sesame oil for some of those Asian-inspired dishes. Soy sauce, and then Marsala wine. It hasn't been opened yet, so I don't need to add it to the fridge, but that we typically use for our chicken Marsala. check out that video if you want to learn how to make it. All of our extra stuff, our Costco snacks, go on the bottom. It's just 2 of us here, but we can definitely knock out one of these in a couple weeks.
You said a couple weeks. I was hoping you didn't say a couple days.
So that's what's in our pantry. Now let's head over to the spices. And we have all of our spices readily available when we need them in our kitchen. I go through a lot of different spices because I like to flavor my dishes without adding too much salt. So all these spices are used for various dishes or meals. Some of our favorites actually come from Trader Joe's, if you're not surprised already. The chili lime seasoning blend. This is really good on avocado toast. Also, we really like the everything but the bagel seasoning as well on avocado toast. But you can use it for other things as well. Sometimes I use that for eggs and potatoes. Very good on potatoes. Also, I use ginger a fair amount with some of those Asian-inspired dishes. I use garlic powder and onion powder very frequently to give the dishes a lot of flavor without too much salt, as I mentioned. Oh, I have 2 cayenne peppers. I didn't even realize that. And basil and oregano, definitely used for a lot of different pasta dishes or Italian dishes. We hope you enjoyed taking a look into our pantry and seeing what kind of spices we use. Hope this is inspiring so it gives you some ideas on what you can do to stock your pantry.
Nice rack.
Till next time.